Andergast vivat, Andergast crescat, Andergast floriat. Fatum est inscriptum. Eius causa discimus. Firmly latched. Hello? No one's answering. Dead. At least I hope so. Is this a young cave dragon? Well, I guess this is all in order. Something's written here about the beetle of Asmodeus. Whatever is put into it can never be retrieved by anyone but Master Asmodeus himself. But Master Asmodeus has been dead for years. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus. He scribbled this saying all over the place.
Eius causa discimus.
Quod die benevertant.
Ha! The gods won't help you now.
What?
Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus.
Magister Oakward? What? What's wrong with you?
All those faces. Thousands of shards. Hycinda, save my mind. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus.
The tablet is wedged. Looky here. Interesting. If I turn the word Eius upside down, the letters turn into numbers. It could fit into this hole. Aha! So, what now? I hope this isn't just for kicks. Praeos, the chieftain of the gods, first among the deities. The goddess of war stands by our side in our struggle against Nostria, most of the time. The unpredictable god of the sea. Travia, loyal, caring, reliable, and a bit boring, but I didn't say that. The ruler of the realm of the dead. You won't get Nuri yet, but I'll send you the seer soon. The goddess of wisdom isn't too well revered in Andergast. Grim Fearon, I hope Gwynling found his way into your hunting grounds. The ever-changing lizard Ingval, called by the name of Tsar by some. Good luck and cunning. As yet, Fex hasn't left me. Perena blesses our crops. It's the blacksmiths who pray to Ingarim. The goddess of love. Why have you made everything so complicated? What happens now? The chandelier can neither be moved up nor downwards. What the devil? The Cage of Asmodeus. To keep valuable or forbidden artifacts. Surrounded by cumulative destroyer magic. Be very aware. Destroyer magic is conferred to every object or subject that comes into contact with the cage, whether directly or indirectly. Whatever falls into the cage cannot escape forevermore. Invisible threads of power hold the desideratum in the middle of the cage. I'll wash the ring out of the cage with wine. Ah! This power penetrates everything that touches it. The wine would run directly into the cage from here, but I cannot really hang the decanter here. Then the wine will run through the hole into the cage, or through the cage. Be that as it may, this doesn't get me closer to retrieving the artifact. For the sake of old times. What if I just let them drop in? The shards hover in there like the wooden ring. So much for your invincible cage. What's written here? The print is so small. What's written here? Raven's Peak. What does that mean? The fairy scholar has all the records concerning that matter. Ah, look here. In order to be safe from the magic of the fairies, paint the head of a piglet on your door. If only I had known that earlier. Perhaps I can find something about the seer's harp.
Don't bother. I've already rummaged through the whole shelf. Magistra Dorota didn't leave anything else.
Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Damn, there must be something to be found somewhere, perhaps on a different shelf. Here's something about transmigration. It is said about dark druids that they can exchange their soul with that of an animal or even a human. Then they migrate from soul to soul and thus live many a year until their own soul goes to the unnamed. Some fairy folk are also said to have this talent, but those just do it for pleasure, and so they play a joyful game with it. Why Andergast will prevail. May Andergast shine bright. Ephedon the First. There's the story about how he set forth with the heroes to challenge the seer 13 years ago, but he was wounded on the journey and had to be left behind. The 13th war against Nostria, the 14th war against Nostria. I don't have that much time. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. There's something about a battle near the castle of Raven's Peak, but not a word about where this castle is. There's a note about the seer. Regrettable is his death, considering the lost chance to observe the magic. How did he gather his knowledge of the future? Was he a druid or even a warlock? He seemed to use the power of fairy magic too. The examination of his remains did not reveal anything of value. Hundreds of books about Andergast and one about Nostria. About fairy worlds. Mighty strange to behold are the creatures of the other worlds, for it is reported that it is hard to tell if they walk on two legs, or if they're animal or plant, or hermetic noses. About Nostria. As flat and ugly as a place is the kingdom of Nostria. The common Nostrian angles in brackish ponds for salterelles. I know all that already. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Here, the mountain Raven's Peak in the stone oak forest. And on this page, Magician Dorota has drawn the way to the magic harp.
Excellent.
We have to talk. Look, Giacomo, the seer's ring.
By all the stars. In the meantime, I've read through more of the magician's analysis.
Do you know what exactly the thing does now?
Zinda have mercy on me. It really seems to swap the souls of two living beings. It's important to have a focus. The artifact has to be equipped with a part of the target's body.
The raven's feather, from my dream.
That's right. The target must be near the artifact too.
How does it engage the magic?
If you speak the word, the magic of the ring is engaged immediately. Alas, this says its magic is spent for the most part already.
What does that mean?
It can only be used once more.
What exactly can be used as a focus?
You'll need an actual part of the target's body. Hair, fingernails, blood. That associates the ring with the target person. The body part has to be conjoined with the artifact. Touch it, as it were.
The seer is still captured in the raven's body. And what did Gwynling used to say? To catch a bird, you need two things. A proper net and the right bait.
Wait! This is dangerous.
Why? If the seer is so desperate for the ring, he might drop his guard.
Or we'll let him get his hands on the artifact and do exactly what we originally planned to avert.
Do you think you're telling me something I don't know? But we are not the future's slaves, and I don't see any alternative. Would it be possible to change the ring's magic word?
You mean the trigger? Why do you ask?
We could render the ring useless to the seer and use it as bait instead.
Interesting thought. The analysis of the magicians say that this is possible. The original word has to be recited backwards, followed immediately by the new word to be implemented.
Have the magicians had any luck with this?
I'm afraid not. They never found out the seer's word.
In my dream, the seer mumbled one word when he changed souls.
Try to remember it.
It was Corvus.
Formidable. Now we can prepare the ring with our own magic word.
What magic word shall we choose?
It shouldn't be too personal a word, or else the seer will guess it. It shouldn't be too complicated so that we ourselves won't forget it. At At best, it should be something that is uttered easily, but at the same time, something the seer doesn't expect from you.
How about Satinav?
That is a very good choice. Satinav it shall be.
I'll be back soon. Mathematics. Many crows make a swarm. I don't need to know more about it. We have to talk. I'm ready to go to the Raven's Peak to free Nuri. I'll bait the Raven with the artifact he so desperately wants. Then I'll kill him, or flee with Nuri.
I don't know, Geron. Certainly it is useless to him without the new magic word, but how do you want to set the trap for him?
He is a raven. I am a bird catcher. I'll come up with something.
I'd like to have your self-confidence. So, this is goodbye then. May the stars of the worlds and all the fairies' luck be with you.
Farewell.
Farewell, and keep away from the harp's strings. Touching them destroys the human spirit.
Thanks for your help, Giacomo.
They say time heals all wounds, even its own. But Geron's time had almost entirely run out. Fate, destiny, doom. He didn't bother with such thoughts anymore. The end of his journey lay before him.
I'd better lay low.